Okay, if you think men and women are not essentially different in their makeup, then stop this video right now. If, however, you believe that inherently males and females process their world fundamentally in diverse ways, then stay tuned. Are you still here? Then you must know that biologically, neurologically, men and women are not the same. Men use the right hemisphere of their brain more often than women. It's the visual, spatial, or creative center. It makes us better drivers. And we're able to compartmentalize easier, which could be either good or bad. Now, women tend to utilize the left side, which is more verbal, analytical, and detail-oriented. They're much better multitaskers, and they tend to be wired in their brain with the whole brain connected, whereas men are separated down the middle and don't necessarily talk to each other, the different parts. So if a man gets angry, he can put it off to the side in a little room somewhere, whereas if a woman's angry at you, she's all the way pissed. So not only physiologically, but psychologically, which I'd like to get into in other videos if I do them, men and women are different in their psyches. If you've studied any kind of psychology, there's a yin and a yang, and vive la différence. Really, even religious people, many, believe that our spirits, our souls, are either male or female. I happen to agree. Men and women's behaviors are essentially different, okay? In the feminist ideology, men and women are not different because of nature, but nurture. And if you hear this kind of tripe, the woman or the manhole who's telling you this is either ignorant and or lying, okay? They've got an agenda. Because look, the way the sexes cope with anything in life, let alone a mood disorder, like being bipolar, is necessarily going to be dissimilar in so many ways. Here's the big caveat, warning, to be explored for us men. Too often, we learn emotional behavior from women and not from each other. We learn it from mothers, from wives, but it's not really their fault, because face it, our fathers haven't been there. They were either cold or distant, especially if you're older like me and you had a second generation German father, and making it difficult to grow up in an overly disciplined environment. Now, if you're younger, you may have the exact opposite problem, where your parents were too permissive and mommy and daddy treated you so special that you never knew how to become a mature man. You were forever the flying boy, the puer aeternus, believing that you were entitled, completely self-obsessed. Either way, you were wounded as men, either too hard or too soft. If you haven't had a good example of the mature masculine in your life, you're going to never learn how to cope like a healthy man, especially with something as severe and challenging as a bipolar disorder. No matter how many meds you take. I do believe in taking meds, but I also really believe in the maturing of the individual. I bless all of you men who've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Do not become too self-indulgent, okay? Toughen up a little bit. Work on yourself. Take care of yourself. Don't just whine about it. And for those who are struggling and have not been diagnosed with bipolar, you may still want to learn how to become more of a mature kind of man. God bless. I'm Reid Baer.